And they're not even small cracks, like these are pretty big.
Maybe because they don't know how to install the hardware without breaking the door.
There you go, there's your rust.
Exposed nail, exposed nail, exposed nail.
So we've all heard it, new construction homes are pretty crappy. You're seeing these new homes and master plan communities pop up around you with homes averaging 650 grand or 800 grand or even into the millions of dollars. And they may look luxury on the outside, but owning and buying one of these homes these days has become a nightmare. So I've compiled a ton of videos to show just how bad this new construction home situation has gotten. So this first video here is honestly pretty crazy and speaks a lot on the quality of the homes people are buying nowadays.
You'll see all these $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 houses. Well, here's one. There's one. All right. You see that? Look at this shit. Hold on. It gets better. Okay. Now, behind all those bricks, right there, there's this. Y'all want y'all's goddamn homes built out of cardboard? 200 G's. 200 G's.
Basically, the home is made out of actual cardboard that can easily tear and easily cause issues with infestations and leakage. It's crazy to think that while a home buyer is easily paying in the hundreds of thousands for a new home, they're going to be exposed to these dangerous issues in max a year or two, if not from when they buy the home. And even if you get an inspector, that's just genuinely what the home is made of, so there's no changing that. Looking at the comments here, that's why I bought a 1967 house. Or I have a firm rule: do not purchase anything constructed or built after 2019, like homes, cars, RVs, campers, etc. Quality is dead. I mean, really. Any piece of technology you buy nowadays is just ruined within 2 years, let alone these homes that are 30-year or longer commitments. I love this comment here. 300 grand to live in an Amazon box. Honestly, an Amazon box might handle bad weather better than this. And speaking of bad weather, I just have to show this quick clip from Texas during a bad storm.
Oh no. Oh! Oh my gosh.
I mean, the whole house just went down. And as a little side note, this reminded me of the 3 Little Pigs, because the first 2 went down and the last third one stayed standing. But honestly, for any sort of storm that's not even a tornado to just take down the full top floor of a home in construction is horrifying. Imagine if that had gotten completed and someone had lived in it. In the slightest bad weather situation, the house would just offer no protection. You know those structures we would have to make in school with popsicle sticks like the bridges and stuff? I feel like those would have lasted more in this storm than this house.
We make contact here, not here.
Water pressure should be between 40 and 80 instead of 100.
I just want to open it to test it, but the whole thing comes up out the floor. We got a broken window sill already. No way to change the speed to the ceiling fan because the chains aren't even installed.
This is loose. It's some hinges. This is loose.
Whenever they're sealing the windows, I never understand why they install the caulking over loose pieces of mortar.
This is damaged. Standing water at the sidewalk area.
We got gaps at the entryways.
This home is over 800 grand, which, unless you're in Los Angeles or something, should really mean a home that is of the utmost quality. But there's actually just ports not connected, a broken window seal on a home that hasn't even been lived in, whole doors in the house just ruined, and 100 other issues. For $800,000, it should really not have all these issues. And of course, building a house is an extremely difficult thing, with tons of teams cooperating and master plans being built together at once. So there's going to be some error. But this margin of error where there's just little issues with everything is unbelievable for the price. And you can see here in the comments, there's no way this was a completed project. I can understand some mistakes, but these are some stupid mistakes to be finding in a nearly $1 million home. And if you thought those small mistakes were bad, you need to see this next video.
Y'all come with me while I rag out one of the worst new construction houses I've ever seen in my life. Look at the drywall work. Like, how does that even happen? Backsplash? Better not. It's like a freaking Sharpie. This house is listed for $255,000 and I don't think I'd pay $5 for it. Why is the wall doing that? Y'all, it's literally, it's leaning. It's crooked. What is this? What is that? So like there's obviously water coming in right here. The floor is, you can't see it, but it's pretty much bowed. But I mean like, there's already mold growing. Like, and this doesn't even open. Like it's just like a thing. There's probably a hole in the wall or something back there if I had to guess because I'm trying to hide something. Look at this toilet. Oh, y'all can't see it. Hang on. Here we go.
Wait on the flush.
Okay, she's gonna flash it for us. This is the surprise. What? It's a strobe light. What is that? What happened? Is that water damage? It looks like water damage.
I'm pretty sure this is what the...
And what's going on there?
I understand that maybe this is a cheaper house, it might be in a cheaper neighborhood in Texas, yada yada yada, so there's reasons for it to maybe not be 500,000 level or whatever kind of stuff you can argue. But this, I think a toddler with Play-Doh and one of those baby construction toy sets could have built something better. It's clear they're not even trying. A Sharpied backsplash? Why do the walls look like that? It's honestly unbelievable. All the walls are lopsided. I mean, the strobe light toilet? I've seen a ton of these new construction videos, but I have never quite seen something as bad as this. No matter how low the price is, nothing excuses this. I can find 40 grand trailer homes built better than that. It's like they tried to make it bad on purpose. Just imagine what's behind the drywall. The question is, who's going to walk through that and see all that insanity and buy that? And the crazy thing is, the realtor responded with, I have no idea. It's alarming, but my coworker actually had a buyer that wanted it. I mean, I feel bad for whoever will end up with that house because whatever low price you get it for now, you'll just make up the rest in extensive repairs. What is up with the walls? And if you think the interior is an issue in these homes, wait until you see the absolute safety hazard of this roof.
The builders are starting to try to stop home inspectors from getting on the roof. Look at this. This nail's not even all the way... This is a leak. This is a leak. I mean, I was going to start by talking about how there's literally hundreds of nails on the roof. The off-ridge vent is completely smashed. And look at that sealant job. The tar sealed this bag under the shingle, and then it looks like they tried to pick it up and ripped the shingle, and then just left it. Damaged shingle, exposed nail... Exposed nail. Exposed nail. Seriously? There's no gutters on this house, so when it rains, all of these nails are going to be in the yard. This is like the 4th house I've inspected this week with the same problem. We're documenting what we're seeing. I mean, this is what we're seeing. I can't say who, but... I mean, can you imagine how much this house costs? I mean, we could still get into some other stuff too, you know? But it's really the roof that's throwing me. Because, like, that's so important. Like, a roof leak will cause tons of damage. And there's just all these nails, and then they're telling inspectors, we're not allowed to get on the roof. So who's gonna find this stuff if they're not checking their own stuff? Rant over.
Let alone the exposed nails and the random garbage on the roof. The actual scary thing is all those unattached nails. Any wind or storm or something to push them off the roof, and they could fall on someone. And that's beyond the fact that the builder didn't even want an inspector up there. The new house market is just such a nightmare. And honestly, this thing probably costs 700 grand or something. Money does not equal quality in the slightest anymore. And in the comments, there's just a ton of people saying they've experienced this too. It's unbelievable how much of a safety risk this is. And having ripped shingles on a completely new house means you're going to need to get those fixed sooner than you think. And let me tell you this, getting shingles replaced on a roof is not a cheap job in the slightest. This is extreme negligence for the price tags that these houses are selling for. A lot of people also say that the new construction wave is just quantity over quality, and I think this next video is just proof of that.
So I live in a new build area. Actually, this morning that house was just the foundation. And today, it's almost a whole ass house. Why are we paying $800,000 for something that is literally built in a fucking day?
So this woman is in Arizona, and she filmed this video not too long ago in December, so sunset is pretty early in the day. Essentially, the whole framework of the house was built in probably a couple of hours, so definitely something completely rushed. Arizona homes aren't cheap too, just like in the rest of the US, so it's unbelievable how rushed these homes are. And while this is just the framing of the house, if they rushed like this, what's to say that everything else in the house, like the electrical and water pressure systems, won't be rushed? The other videos are just proof of that. And here's just more proof of that, since in this video, the plaster or skim or whatever it's called was clearly just rushed on. So the quantity over quality just becomes more clear the more you see. I mean, right now, anywhere in Texas is known for the crazy master plan neighborhoods with extremely affordable and nice looking homes. In those homes though, you find a lot of issues with small and hidden things, but you wouldn't expect to see that in a $1.3 million home, right?
$1.3 million new construction, Dallas. Not sure how you're supposed to get in there.
This one won't drain for very long.
This one doesn't work. Don't press the wrong ones. Whoa! No water. The water was full of rust. You can see it on the wall here, and where it connects into the wall, you can see the piping is rusted. You must use something with iron in it. You shouldn't do that because this water can be pulled back into your faucets of the house. There you go, there's your rust. Missing the fasteners. That's going to be an ongoing maintenance thing that's going to leak. Stucco already has a fracture in it. Also, the trim right here, damaged.
So there are a ton of issues with this home that really shouldn't be there, but what really shocked me the most was that rusted water. I've never seen that before, and it's pretty horrible that something like this could ever be sold over $1 million. And that's let alone the doors and the pipes and everything else wrong with this house for over $1 million. Imagine setting up to pay over $1.3 million over the next 30 years of your life, and this is what you get. Also, isn't that the Temu sink or whatever I've seen in those ads on TikTok? I feel like this is that sink. What a complete gimmick. What in this house screams over $1 million? Dallas is full of homes that are cheaper than this that are basically the same level of crap quality. So why does it matter to pay this price point if you're getting effectively nothing for it? I mean, if you thought it couldn't get any worse, that's the issue with any sort of new construction nowadays. Because it's not built carefully and with good materials, you're set for a lot of issues in the long run, and homes are long-term commitments that you may never move out of. So all these issues will just become worse and worse in the long run. Definitely need to check for moisture in the whole home. Moisture equals mold in the future. To have whole weeds growing in your room through the carpet is definitely a scary sign for whatever issues your home might have. Did your inspector check for moisture? This is why I'm adamant about getting 2 inspectors minimum. And it's a great practice to get more than one, but there's always the issue of how builders will limit these inspectors. Like that inspector earlier with the nails who was almost prohibited from getting on the roof. Builders are really just making less quality homes and trying to stop people from forcing them to correct that.
It's possession day, so they're supposed to be able to move into their townhome and have it functional. So let's see what we're up to. And they smashed a nice big hole in your driveway because they put the casing for the water shut off in the wrong spot. They buried it. So if I have kids up here and the window is open and they're playing, they run and they fall through this and they fall to the ground. That passes. That's okay. But I can't have a deck more than 2 feet off the ground. So garage door when open to 90 degrees. They don't know how to install the hardware without breaking the door. Nice work.
Even if we put quality aside, the design and planning of new homes being built these days is just unbelievable and full of safety hazards. This video was taken on move-in day, which means that the homeowners should be able to move in and live in the home already. There's no place for them to park their car, their kids could easily fall from high up, and it just feels like a half-finished project in general. I mean, there's just a huge sliding door-like window that leads to nothing. And these things probably cost $500,000 or more.
You gotta love it when you pull up to a new build like the one behind me and the project manager already has all the doors opened up and he comes out and he says, I don't even know why the client ordered a home inspection, but she's all yours. It's one thing to have some shrinkage cracking, or some chipped concrete at the corner, or some more chipped concrete at the other corner, exposed anchor bolts at the exterior foundation, but an exposed plumbing drain line at the exterior foundation. Here's the sewer clean out at the neighbor's house. See the S? Here's the sewer clean out at our house. It's extended too high, so we can't put a cover here. We're gonna have to cut that pipe down. Seeing some daylight at this back door. Wonder why the dishwasher's not installed. I wonder if it has something to do with this outlet. We see an opening here. We got some damage. This is like a vinyl siding soffit here. We got some damage here and some cracking here. And then a little spot here. It wouldn't be bad to paint all this wood either, just to help it last longer. But there is a noticeable hump right here in the middle of this bedroom. The door stopper at the front door is missing the rubber cover. Like this one. Here at the garage door, I gotta hold down the button. As soon as I let go of the button, the door opens right back up. And it will not shut all the way. This is as far as it will go. But this shouldn't move. It's really loose. They really need to take the time to seal this shower enclosure. Some clear sealant here at the bottom would be great.
So here's another video of just both shoddy build quality and design. What's really funny about this one was that the project manager was really confident about it, and the whole kitchen island was shaking. Again, I'm no expert in how homes are built and the process, but what even causes that? Did they just not secure it? And every single one of these homes is just crooked with gaps everywhere. Someone in the comments here asked, why did the builders do this knowing they will have to come back and redo it properly? I'm pretty sure it's because a lot of people don't bother with inspectors and would just trust that the home is good if someone like the building manager said it was done. There's also the company-appointed inspectors that are often not very detailed and will let some things slide with homeowners being oblivious of that. There are actually a lot of people who buy homes and just don't even consider getting inspectors, so it's definitely something to watch out for when buying any sort of home.
Whoever's designing these Lennar houses needs a heads up that the bathtub and the master for this floor plan is way too close together, because my cabinet is already starting to disintegrate. I have kids, so they splash water literally everywhere. We've been in this house for 4 years, almost 5, and look at this damage it's already caused. Okay, look at this. You can say whatever you want, but first of all, this should not be this close together, in my opinion. And this cabinet.
So here's another video that just shows some horrible design. This cabinet was basically built to get destroyed by all that water damage, and it really makes no sense why it was put there in the first place. There'll definitely be a lot of issues with mold there as well, and there are a lot of builders that people warn to stay away from, but I've heard a ton about Lennar in specific. And there are a good amount of comments here. We have a Lennar house and we are close to losing a bedroom door because it basically came undone from the hinges a few weeks after we moved in, and our pantry shelves are 2 cans away from falling. Lennar bought the remaining lots in our neighborhood, and they put up a house, roof, and all in 3 days. Our house was built by a local builder, thankfully. And you even get someone asking, who would buy Lennar? At this point, are any home builders good? So it really seems like unless you get some sort of custom builder, you're going to suffer with this horrible quality control. But obviously, that's just going to need so much more money.
So when you get a new construction house, the builder is going to come and they're going to put all these beautiful finishings. They're going to do these beautiful floors. They're going to do the interior, all these countertops, etc. But what's really interesting is that it's not just one builder doing it. It's a multitude of builders. Unfortunately, I'm not sure who was checking on the quality control of the concrete subcontractor, but we've got all of this cracking in the back patio. And then you come into the garage, and they're not even small cracks. Like, these are pretty big. These are pretty pronounced. I mean, I get shrinkage, but geez, man. There's a huge bow right here in the front door, and that's because of a bump in the concrete. You can see that gap? That is huge.
So yeah, there's just horrible quality control in these homes. I get shrinkage within the year and cracks in the drywall and other parts of the home, but to have this in a new construction is just horrid. It's also a pretty bad outlook for the future of the house and how the house will crack when it does actually face shrinkage. I would lose it over those cracks. That is ridiculous. Another person made a good point. The concrete contractor was cheap, so they will keep him, especially because not everyone is going to go the inspector route. As long as it's cheaper for the builder and quicker, they'll keep it, even if it backfires on the home buyer. So guys, when you're going to buy a house, this doesn't mean that you need to get an old house and live after someone else and whatnot, but you need to be careful with how you deal with builders and property managers, because at the end of the day, their priority is to get the house sold and move on, no matter the issues with it. Get a few good inspectors, take your time to look at the property, and don't rush it, because these homes are really long and expensive commitments. That'll be it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you get a reminder whenever I post a new video. I do a ton of content on the financial situation and a ton of other things we're facing in the modern day, so if you're into that, be sure to subscribe. If you've bought a new construction recently or thinking of buying one, know someone who bought one, or are deciding to stick with an old house, share your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.